Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, The Lost Chevalier, and you're welcome back to Cabin Fever. Let's proceed, shall we? Where we left. It was, down here. But yes, a new day of shenanigans. I woke up to the sun shining at a familiar angle, but still weird. I decided I must have needed the extra sleep. I knew stress could drain the body's energy, and yeah, I'd been stressed over the past couple of days. But the house smelled amazing again, and my stomach clenched and unclenched in hunger. There was nothing, absolutely nothing, to be unhappy about. I got out of bed, got dressed, and made my way down the creaky staircase. Something struck me as I reached the bottom step. The chairs were tucked in at the table, the blankets were neatly folded on the couch, and I was pretty sure the floor had been swept again, and it all made me feel so much calmer than usual. I never know how much my home cleaning will affect my mood.
Morning, sleepyhead. Your breakfast is waiting.
Thank you! I turned around. Mallory was standing extremely close to me. I thought about stepping back, but then I forgot because her cheeks were flushing red, and I was pretty sure mine were too. Good morning to you, food too! First thing first, though. Went to grab the temperature scanner and held it out between us.
Oh, right, of course.
Yeah. She lifted her hair out of the way and let me scan her forehead. Scanned it happily. There it is. Somehow I feel even more relieved than the other times of the shake and found her temperature normal. Mallory danced away from me, then spun back around. Oh my god. Ooh. I'm hungry just by seeing this. Holy shit. Suddenly there was a large plate of food under my nose. I grinned.
It isn't much, but I thought it would be good to have a high-calorie meal since we both worked so hard yesterday.
It isn't much, she says, but showing me this to my face. What the hell? It didn't seem possible, but the breakfast looked even more incredible than the one she'd made yesterday. The plate held a rainbow of food, sliced red strawberries on a tower of golden pancakes drizzled with amber syrup, a stir-fry of rice with orange and yellow peppers. I never thought about putting rice with sweets. Surrounded by fresh, crispy, glistering greens and a perfect soft-boiled egg. This is incredible. My mouth watered. She's certainly come a long way.
I did use the last of the eggs in your fridge to make this. I hope that's okay. I went out to check the coop for more, but there were none.
Don't worry. I had already grabbed the plate and started eating. Though a mouthful of pancakes, I mumbled an incoherent reply to her and shook my head up and down. Sometimes it takes them a day or two, but you will become more eggs. She smiled and sat down across from me with her own plate. She ate her breakfast with far more elegance than I ate mine. After we finished breakfast, I gathered up my paltry first day supplies so I could clean and rewrap Mallory's leg. My guess landed on the box of disposable masks tucked at the back of the drawer, the one I'd been wearing each day when medical care necessitated getting up close and personal with her. But not when we had been working outside, or in the aquaponics room, or when she sat next to me on the couch while I played my video game. I slid the drawer shut, deciding not to bother with the mask. The two of us chatted a little while I tended to her wound. So, I guess I worked you too hard yesterday, huh?
What makes you say that?
You fell asleep at, like 7 o'clock last night? Mallory flushed pink again. She didn't seem sure how to respond. It's okay, you learned a lot yesterday, and learning is hard work. I probably went a little overboard with the teaching, though.
No, but I enjoyed it so much.
Yay! It made me really happy to hear her say that. Once I had finished fixing her bandages, I got up to peer outside. The sky above was blue, but there were grey clouds gathering in the distance. I decided to check the forecast. I stood at my desk, waiting for the computer to boot up and connect onto the web. Once I did, a number of notifications popped up, chiming cheerily. I followed them to my mailbox inbox and glanced through my unread messages. One work update, a couple of newsletters, something about a coupon service I didn't remember signing up for, and of course a bunch more hogwash forwards about the many cures my doctor didn't want me to know about. Read the spam just for fun. I click open one of the mail forwards, smirking. Hey Mallory, have you heard about this one weird trick for removing viral toxins?
Removing them from where?
It doesn't actually say, but there is a grainy picture of something laying what looks like lasagna noodles across their stomach. So I'm sure it's nothing to do with that. Yeah, you wouldn't believe how many of these I get. They're so stupid. I close up out of the mail and delete it all along with the others. I pull it up a weather forecast. Partly cloudy this morning with a chance of scattered shower through the afternoon and overnight. And it looks like tomorrow's gonna be a rainy day all day. I feel like a bit of a chump for panicking about the weather. I look up at Mallory. Maybe there will be enough water for a luxurious bath after all. She grimaced, then giggled. I should probably do a few things outside though. Get the basic chores done before the weather turns.
I'll help.
Okay. I wasn't sure. I couldn't tell if she was sore from yesterday and I was still worried about her leg. Also, why was she so insistent on doing so much? How about you just keep me company this time?
Alright.
We headed outside. The sunshine was strong, but there was a chill in the air and that hadn't been present yesterday. Occasional clouds moved past the sun, casting cold shadows over the garden. A flock of geese pass over us, nosy and energized. I pick up my shotgun and shoot a couple. We were going to eat it, no. They're flying south to escape the coming cold. They probably have their own tropical paradise somewhere, with their own beach houses where they spend all winter sunbathing and drinking margaritas. Just kidding, geese don't do that stuff. But would it be nice to go on a vacation like that?
I don't know. I've never been on a vacation.
We can go. I frown, pausing to bend and pull up a stray of dandelion poking out of the grass. Maybe someday someone will figure out a way to stop the virus and you will be able to go somewhere amazing.
Not by myself, I hope.
No, with me. No, definitely not by yourself. We walk around the property, Mallory humming happily to herself what I put it about, checking the well, making sure the hens were happy and fed, yanking more dandelions out of the ground when I saw them. Pretty soon, Mallory had grabbed a bucket and started pulling weeds too. It was like she couldn't help herself. I shook my head. That's all enough hard work for today. Let's go in. I need to do some work on my computer.
Oh, not just yet. Please. I'd like to enjoy the fresh air a little while longer before the rain comes.
Okay, if you are good, then I'm good. I reached down to another cup of weeds and felt my stomach flip when I saw a big black spider clinging onto the leaves I pulled. I flicked my hand reflexively, which sent the weed and the creepy crawly flying across the garden. Yuck! Stay on the alert for spiders.
Oh yes, I've already met a few of them. They're so helpful chasing off all the harmful bugs.
Yeah, I actually like spiders too. But, of course, Mallory will treat spiders with the same kind of adoration and cuddly pet any cuddly pet deserve. We continue pulling weeds together, side by side, and I try to keep the pace slow and casual. Despite that, and despite the heavy clouds moving in, we were both sweating pretty soon. I'm recording everything correctly, right? Like, everything is correct? Yeah, it's okay. Yay! Perfect. Perfect.
Phew, I am hot.
Oh, yes, you
I
are.
almost want to take my sweater off.
Oh, don't tell. She says this with a giggle, standing up straight to stretch her back and survey the heat-looking garden. I felt myself blush, embarrassed by the suggestion and the image my mind conjured up. She felt it, so I felt it back. Taking your sweater off won't change anything. I give an exaggerated wink. She blinked at me, and I immediately wished the ground would open up and swallow me whole. It took her a moment to process the joke, but when it clicked, she burst out laughter. Her laughter made me laugh too. Aww. We were interrupted when Mallory's stomach decided to let out a high-pitched growl. She stopped laughing and clasped her hands on her stomach.
Sorry. My tummy must be hungry after all that work.
Yeah, of course. Mine is too, and I think I felt a raindrop just now, which is probably our cue to head inside. Do you want to meet me in there? I will pick some things to make a strawberry salad.
Wow, that sounds so delicious. I'll see you in a bit.
Yep. I grabbed a bucket off the porch and spent a few minutes in the garden gathering ingredients. A few rainbows pelted me here and there. Quickly, I hurried back inside, following Mallory's footsteps. And it's raining. By the time we finished eating lunch, the grey clouds had fully taken over the sky and rain clung in droplets to the cabin's window. Well, if we get as much rain as the forecast predicts, the rain barrels sure will be happy.
Those are the big containers on the side of the house?
Yes. Yeah. You're getting good at this. Look at those. It's probably the number one most important system I have here. The water those 4 barrels can hold can last a long time, as long as I'm careful with it.
No luxurious baths. No water balloon fights either, I'm guessing. Just basic cleaning, cooking, and drinking, right?
Yep. Jeez, you make it sound like it's like someone who doesn't know to have fun. Oh my god. You make me sound like, oh no. You're pretty much right though, but you can't just drink rainwater, it wouldn't be safe.
Oh?
The water picks up a lot of things before it makes its way into the barrel. Pollution from the air, chemicals, dirt, and beer droppings from the roof.
Ew.
Yep. Yeah, it's gross. So I add chemicals to the water and filter it with it to make it clean and safe. I will have to show you how all that stuff works, cleaning the water, using the spigots. She turned her head to look me right in the eyes.
You're really smart. I like hearing about all the systems you use here.
Yay! My cheeks burn under the shock of her beautiful gaze, and the admiration I saw in her eyes. I nodded, not knowing what else to say. After that conversation, I went to check the solar batteries. They were full, which was good. The power they do banked will last us a few days if necessary. Then the two of us settled down in the living room. I worked on my computer while Mallory gently explored my things, and eventually nestled into the couch with a book to flip through. It was oddly effortless, the silence and comfort that filled the room all through the afternoon. Gradually, the sky darkened and so did the interior of the cabin. It was probably long past time for a break when Mallory closed her book and stood up, tethering just a little on her bad leg.
Can I make us some tea?
Yes. I leaned back into my chair. It sounds like a very good idea. Yes, please. She meandered into the kitchen and put the kettle on the boil. I stood up and went to the utilities room so I could switch off the inverter. There likely wouldn't be any more sunlight for the next while, so I decided to reduce the load of the solar batteries and only run off DC power. DC? What is DC? DC power for the rest of the night. Oh no. I heard something coming from the kitchen, like a small stifled cough. I listened hard to see if I would come again, but it didn't. She's probably just cleaning her throat. She's not. Oh my god, this is not gonna be a happy game. I came back out into the kitchen and looked at a seat on the table. Mallory brought over 2 steaming mugs and set them down.
Honey?
Honey? Yes, dear? We both froze. I feel my cheeks suddenly warm. Oh no. Oh, Mallory. Mallory, my sweetheart. Hello. Why did you say that? I screamed my brain.
I meant honey for your tea?
Oh! Ah. Yeah, you did. Feel like such an idiot. The reply had followed from my mouth before I even had a chance to think about it. Okay, I said to myself, now salvage this. And I was saying, yes, I will have honey for my tea, and then I was very rudely interrupted me by a deer, and definitely it exists, and totally ran past the window. Mallory laughed, but it was a "you are cute" kind of laugh, not an "I'm laughing at you" kind of laugh, so I feel better. After bringing over the honey and some spoons, Mallory sat by me and picked up her mug. She took a drink and made a strange little noise in her throat.
Oh, I just burned my tongue.
Oh my god. See, that's why I always let mine cool down for a minute or two.
I couldn't do that. It smelled too delicious to wait.
You are so cute. I got up and poured her a glass of cold water. Here, this will help.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
Yay. After taking a few sips of water, she set down her glass and looked at me with a sad, soft smile.
So, why would someone as nice as you feel the need to set bear traps right in front of their home?
I have no answer for that. The question caught me by surprise. I didn't know how she'd even been thinking about that. Of course, it seems obvious now. She had acted far too chipper and unconcerned when the accident happened. She must have been holding back and was just now feeling safe enough to question why she'd been hurt in the first place. I nodded slowly. Well, I don't know who this nice person is you are talking about, but I can tell you why I have traps set around my house. It's all because of Lola.
Ooh, is that a stalker ex-girlfriend? Do you have to defend your property from a lot of girls?
No, it's actually a wolf. No, it's nothing like that. I paused to take a sip of tea, making care to blow on it a few times before drinking. For some reason I couldn't quite look at Mallory then, though I could see from the corner of my eye that she was listening intensely. Oh, damn it! No! Lola was my best friend, my beautiful Bernese mountain dog. She was the family pet, really, but me and her, we had a special bond. After my parents passed away, Lola and I took care of each other. She was a hard worker, she was by my side always, finding little ways to help me out. You definitely would have loved her. She had one brown eye and one blue eye, and her heart was made of gold. Mallory nodded softly, wrapping her hands around her mug of tea. One fall evening, I was inside working on the computer, and Lolly was outside on the deck, just enjoying the cold. Bernese mountain dogs are, as the name implies, mountain dogs, and they are made to be out in the snow. She loves snow. The deeper the better, but it hadn't snowed yet that year. A surge of emotion came over me. I had never told anyone this story before. I needed to pause and drink more tea to stop myself from caving into the sorrow. Lola started barking, and I ignored her, because she was always barking at squirrels and birds and things, thinking she was protecting her territory. What a silly dog. But this time it wasn't a squirrel or bird. I actually don't even know for sure what it was, but the tracks we found later looked like they might come from a grizzly. Mallory gasped and her hands up to her face. I felt like if I stopped, I wouldn't be able to start again, so I just kept going. When I realized how urgent her barking was, I ran outside, but she was already gone. That eerie silence is something I will never forget. I searched for her all night and all the next day. I never found her, just tracks on some blood and fur. I don't know if a bear grabbed her by the throat and took her, or if she went chasing after it, or what. I just know I have never been so angry in my whole life. I was already dealing with the pain of losing my parents, and now Lola was gone too. After that, I pulled out all my family old traps from the shed and set them up around the house. It was too little too late, but I needed to feel like I was doing something. It never occurred to me that a human might get hurt in one, and I'm really sorry that you did. I looked up to see Mallory nodding vigorously, wiping tears from her eyes.
I don't fault you at all for what happened to my leg. I was the one who trespassed in the dead of night.
Yeah, that's true. But still. She let out a short laugh through her tears, sniffing. I got out of the chair again to find her some dishes, and when I handed them to her, I found myself giving her narrow shoulder a squeeze.
I'm so sorry about Lola.
Oh.
That's a heartbreaking story.
Oh. Sorry I made you cry.
No. I'm glad you shared that with me.
For a moment I wondered if this was it, the moment she would start to open up and share her story with me too. Why had she been outside my house, in the middle of nowhere, in the rain at night? All alone. Maybe I should encourage her. Okay, it's your turn.
What for?
Tell me your story. Tell me something about you, something real, like maybe what brought you here. A look of discomfort crossed her face. She still didn't want to tell me. Or if you're not ready to talk about that, then maybe you can tell me something else, something more light, please? I hardly know anything about you, except that you're beautiful and you're a ray of sunshine.
What do you want to know?
Your favorite memory? Tell me something about how you grew up. A happy moment or favorite memory. She pressed a finger to her lips, thinking hard.
My favorite memory?
Yep.
Building pillow forts with my sister, and playing make-believe that we were airship captains flying through the clouds.
Aww.
We lived at the top of the tallest building on our street, which is probably what inspired our game. I remember we had this old pair of binoculars. They weren't good or anything, but we used to look up at the night sky through them and pretend we were looking into other galaxies.
Oh, space is super cool. I approve. She giggled.
I always loved the night sky. All the stars and planets and satellites.
Yeah.
We actually lived really close to the planetarium, and it was always my dream to go there and see a show.
Ah,
It got closed down when I was just a baby. My mom would always tell me that someday the planetarium would open again. And I just had to be patient. I guess I never really stopped waiting.
oh. She gave me a sad smile. Hey, I think I have been to that planetarium. I would have been really small, so I don't remember a lot, but that's kind of cool, right? But you know, we could totally go stargazing here in the mountains. There is nothing like it. She looked away, cheeks flushing pink. She wiped her eyes and shrugged.
Anyway, I should probably let you get back to work now.
Okay. The last thing I wanted to do now was going back to work. I gave her a little poke just for you suggesting it.
Don't do that! I'm super ticklish!
Oh my god, that means I have to tickle you. Oh, are you? I'm sorry, I didn't realize. I poked her again, gently wiggling my fingers. She twisted in her seat, laughing, her eyes lighting up. Her laugh was beautiful. She squealed and kicked her feet as I stick her sides. A playful attempt at relaxation sent her sleeping on her chair. A retaliation, sent her sleeping on her chair, but I easy cocked there, and suddenly it was like our arms were around each other. Oh, we sat there on the floor, both of us laughing through our breathlessness. It was amazing, and then it was a little awkward. I withdrew my arms and got to my feet. I helped her up. We stood there for a moment, just looking at each other. I have an idea. Let me treat you to a special dinner tonight.
A special dinner? Ooh, and what would that be?
I have no idea. I haven't thought that far ahead yet. Give me a minute. I thought about what sort of meal I could make from things I had in the kitchen or pantry. Truthfully, I wasn't a very good cook. I mean, I could throw together a salad or a sandwich, but that wouldn't be special enough. A thought sprang to my mind. In the pantry was a very old bottle of red wine. I didn't know if it was fancy or even good wine, but it wasn't my only bottle of booze I had in the house, and because of that, I valued it highly. Originally, I had intended to save it for a very special occasion, especially for the virus when the virus was cured. The bottle had been sitting on the shelf for many years. The hopeful note I would attach to it to celebrate the cure faded and dusty. Could I open it now? Should I open it now? No, it was special, really special, and I meant for a day that might not come. What is meant to be shared, my brain reminded me. What the hell, I will do it. I do share that wine with Mallory. I switched my hand through the air and gave my deepest pompous butler impersonation. A most decadent helping of puppet corn with truffle oil and adult beverage. Mallory stared at me, then toasted her head back in laughter.
Dinner is popcorn and nondescript alcohol? That sounds fantastic.
Yep. While I had the popcorn going, I asked Mallory to go look for the truffle oil for the cellar.
I'm back. I think this is the right one.
I hope, I don't know. She turned the bottle for me to read the label, scribbling my own sloppy shifty fingers, writing where the good stuff. I nodded and notioned my chin to show her where to find wine glass and bowls.
So you made this truffle oil yourself?
Yes. Yeah, it's not too hard once you get the hang of it. The first batches I ever made were terrible though. Lots of trial and error before I landed on the right mix of ingredients and timing. She brought out a large bowl from the cupboard and placed it beside me for the popcorn.
Wow, that's so cool. I think it's incredible that you've learned to do all these things.
Yep. That's just how it goes when you live on your own. If you'd like, I can teach you. While reaching up to grab the wine glasses, she cocked her head curiously at me.
You would want to teach me?
Yes. Of course, you are good company, and it might be fun to show you how these things work. She smiled at me and looked the wine glasses over for the dining room, dusting them off with her sweater as she walked. The popcorn was almost ready. Settling into the couch to watch a movie, oh my god, on my computer felt very different having a beautiful girl beside me, the same one who, only a few minutes earlier, was on the verge of tears. I was happy that I could cheer her up, if only for a little while. She seemed much happier with the distraction of popcorn and a movie.
Oh my goodness, this wine is the best tasting thing I've ever had in my life.
Glad you like it. I actually like beer more than wine. Her cheeks began to turn rosy after just the first sip. It made me happy seeing her like this, and I was glad that I could share this small gift with someone. What sort of movie would you like to watch?
How about something with action? And romance? Oh, and some comedy too.
Roger that. Yeah, that's a tall order. Let me see what I can find. It wasn't long before we both relaxed and set ourselves to be absorbed into the movie. It was a strange story about a girl from the moon who fell in love with a human. They had to overcome their differences in order to realize they were destined to be together. There was also a moon cat that would just out wisecrack every 10 minutes. It had Mallory roaring with laughter, as I expected.
This cat, I can't believe some of the things he says.
Oh, she's so beautiful. I love this. Her laughter was infectious and soon had me joining in, despite the soup bar humor of the movie.
I haven't laughed like this in so long. Oh my gosh, my stomach hurts from laughing.
Yay. Clumsy, I spilled a bit of wine on my pajama pants. The splotch hat landed right on my, well, the thing that rhymes with splotch. The sight of it only made us roar with more laughter. It had been the wine causing us to act funny, but it may have just been that we are long overdue for a good honest laugh. Being like this with her made me feel like my old self, or rather like the person I might have been had my circumstances not forced me to become a young hermit. I wondered when we had started sitting so close to each other. I suppose it was so that we could share the bowl of popcorn without having to reach. But in fact, Mallory was so close to me that I could feel her heat radiating off her thigh beside my hand. I stretched out my fingers to graze her leg, testing the waters to see how she would react. To my surprise, she didn't recoil, so there my hand sat for the remainder of the movie, too nervous to move either way. At one point, I noticed her hand fall to her lap. It was resting in a way that seemed uncomfortable, with her palm facing upwards. It was honestly quite distracting. Because I could figure out if she had left it there for me to hold or not, the movie had ended. I missed my chance. God damn it!
I really enjoyed that. Thanks so much for watching with me.
Let's watch it again. Parts of it were entertaining, definitely, like the bizarre turtle in a top hat.
That's right. And how we saved them from that lizard beast was so insane.
Indeed. We sat together for another minute, recanting the ridiculous of the story we have just experienced. All the windows were dark now, and Mallory looked exhausted. I felt pretty tired too. I guess I should get off to bed and let you get some sleep.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Do you want to come with me? Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. See you in the morning?
Definitely.
Yay! A little reluctantly, I left Mallory on the couch and climbing up the stairs to my bedroom. As I settled into bed, I felt a strange mix of happiness and loneliness, two feelings I hadn't felt or allowed myself to feel in a long time. The pain of losing my family had been too much to bear. So my heart had shut off and I just existed, going through the motions, waiting endlessly for nothing in particular. Now I was rediscovering myself, relearning what it meant to be human, and it was all because of Mallory. Then, as though she had known I was thinking about her, Mallory called up to me.
Sweet dreams!
Oh, you too, get a good night's sleep! I yawned and nestled deeper into my pillow. Before I could remember what I had been thinking about, I was fast asleep. Oh! Great! Great! Amazing! I love it!
Good morning, sleepyhead.
Wait, what? How many times have we been recording, though? 29 minutes. I think is enough time for an episode. So, yeah. Oh my god, this game is so cool. So. I think we have enough for an episode, and we're not going to see what is happening over here. So, thank you very much everybody for watching. I hope you had a blast. I was the Australier, signing out. Bye bye!